speaking of sprint cars, ushers in the incomparable Kelly gang, comprised of Bob and his son John, who are household names in Queensland, where they've collected scores of titles.
There's nothing like a sprint car. They accelerate like a AA fueler, and they handle like an Indy car on the turns. There's just nothing like them. You've got to drive one to get the feel of what they're all about.
Yeah, Dad's had a big influence on my career. He won a lot of races and he's won championships and all that sort of thing, so it's something for me to strive for in the sport. The thing that excites me about sprint car racing is the wheel stands probably, and the way the cars jump around the racetrack and get up on one wheel, the speed of it, they accelerate so fast, and the competitiveness is close wheel-to-wheel racing.
Some more champions called the Kellys, who could stand for the Queensland Parliament and win seats in landslides. They are speedway idols and prolific winners. Father Bob has set a standard for future generations to follow. It was a passion that began in his youth.
When I was a small boy, I went to the showground and watched the stock cars race. That was 30-odd years ago. When I first started racing, you could look at the crowd and have a look at the good-looking girls up in the grandstand and enjoy yourself as you race. You probably had a Winfield as you were driving around. Many guys then did smoke when they drove, but today everything's the speed of a speeding bullet. You don't get any time for any of those luxuries anymore. The thrills in sprint car racing, the wheel standing, the noise, the speed, the closeness. There's nothing like having 20 sprint cars on a quarter mile. The action is so fast, decision-making is a split second. From a driver's point of view, it's all action. From a spectator's point of view, well, I'm very rare that I'm a spectator, but they'd probably agree with me. That's the noise and the wheel standing and the action. A lifespan of a sprint car, well, geez, that's hard. I've seen guys tear them up in one night, totally destroy one. It's junk. An engine can last one night. But if your crew and your drivers, everyone works together, well, you can run a full season. It's maintenance, keep the maintenance up and you can run a season. Sprint car racing is getting very strong here in this country. It's like a wave. We're going up the wave. We haven't got on top of it yet. But every year or every season goes by, the crowds get bigger and bigger. And in the last 3 years, especially in country areas, if you don't get there early, you won't get a seat in a place. We've got sprint car racing in Australia's got a very, very big following at the moment.
And following in Dad's footsteps now is young John Kelly, who couldn't have had a better tutor.
I tried to have a good influence on him. I rate him as probably the best in Australia at the moment. Well, there's only one that would be equal to him, that'd be Brooke Tatnell. But with our commitments with our racing this year and the promoters, the rest of Australia doesn't see the true talent of John because of our commitments here with Queensland promoters. In the last 2 years, we've had to run regularly here in Queensland.
A father and son racing team sure sounds like fun, but how does the younger one feel when they're both out on the track at the same time?
It's pretty hard on me because when Dad gets up in front, I tend to watch him and what he's doing in the car and sort of lose a little bit of concentration. It's definitely better if I'm out in front. What makes a champion driver is probably your ability to watch what the racetrack's doing. You've got to take your time, you know, when you're racing. Don't charge into things. Make sure you finish a race. That's the main thing. And just generally believe, you know, in yourself, I think. I'd like to probably race any race car. Anything that goes fast would do me, but I still don't think we'd probably get what we do out of sprint car racing as far as the enjoyment and the competitiveness. The younger drivers now, there's probably a lot more than what there was when I first started out. I'm been in this sport for 10 years now, and there's a lot of younger drivers than me now, but when I started out when I was 19, there's a lot of them starting at 16, 17 years of age now. I'd like to race as long as I'm competitive until I'd say, 50 years of age at least anyway, so I've got a long way to go.
On Lightning Fast, we've united men from 4 distinct aspects of motorsport, but apart from their association with Winfield, there is one common thread.
Accidents, I haven't had any of them at all. A few neck injuries, that's about all, you know, as far as whiplash. But I've had some friends killed in this sport, so I mean, it's dangerous.
Tatnall carried Winfield colours to victory after victory at the Parramatta Speedway. His son Brooke continued that tradition. They were a colourful combination and nothing was too daring. Meanwhile in the north, it was the Kelly father and son combination ruling the roost. They drew big crowds to every major city in the northern state. The sprint car, what a contraption.
The development of sprint cars changes every year, from different suspension to, like last year, we had standard cars, we called them, and then they had reverse arm cars, and now we've got stack tube cars, so the suspension changes all the year.
But if there's one thing that sticks in John Kelly's throat, it's the lack of greater recognition that his sport generates.
The media probably doesn't get behind the sport because the promoters haven't done their bit in the past. I think as far as the competitors go, we've done our bit. I mean, the transporters in sprint car racing now, they're 40-foot trailers and things like that. It's probably every bit as good as the touring cars. Might be a couple of years behind, but we've all done our bit now. I think it's promoters' time to lift their game.